Alright, so welcome to part 2 of selling on eBay. Hopefully at this point you've done your homework. You set up your account with eBay, PayPal, and USPS, and you've verified your account with PayPal, and you've ordered the sample shipping package from USPS, which is all free. So we're going to get started. I hope you also went around and found 10 things that you want to sell, so you can get past that initial period with eBay where they kind of test you out to make sure you know what you're doing before they give you full privileges to the site. And I also hope that you've looked at the eBay help page for all their fees. So let's take a look here at what we're going to do. Alright, so looking at this thing again. So the first thing I'm going to do when you're going to look for something is in the search bar right up here. So I'm going to adjust the camera. So in the search bar, we're going to look again for Gillette. Alright, so again we've got a whole bunch of things that look similar. We're going to go down on the side here to where it says sold listings. So you click on that, and it'll show you everything that's sold. So I can tell them the average price for these things is going to be around 20 bucks. So what I'm going to do is post this for $19.99 as a buy now. You won't be able to do that until after your first 10 sales. So I'll show you how to get that started as an auction as well. So you're going to find right at the top of the screen So right at the top of the screen you have, in this bar here, you have sell. So click on that. And it's going to ask you to re-verify your username and stuff. Okay, so you have two options. You have the classic and you have the quick listing tool. I use the classic because it's easier for me. Quick listing tool, it's easy to miss steps. So I recommend starting with this one. So again, you're going to search what you're looking for. Alright, it's going to ask you to choose a category that it's going to fall under. So I'm going to go under vanity, perfume, shaving, safety razors. Continue. Alright, so first thing that you need to do is put in a title. Alright, so this is the tricky part. You want to make sure that your title is clear, concise, not too wordy, but also doesn't leave out any important information about the item. So you want to make sure you're as very specific as possible. So this is a vintage Gillette razor, and I'm going to look on it for any markings. It says H3. So vintage Gillette razor H3. Condition, clearly it's going to be used. Subtitles, those cost you extra. I never ever use them. I don't have any problems with them. Condition, this is where you're going to put in, especially if it's used, just be clear and honest with what it is. So, it still works. Alright, add photos. You can add up to 12 photos for free. So what you need to do, and what I normally do, is just take a picture with my smartphone. Alright, so I took a picture with my phone and I emailed it to myself. So I'm going to go find it here. Alright, so there's my picture. You can use these tools on the side to slightly modify. You can crop it, turn it around, that kind of stuff. Alright, so now that it's there, I'm going to upload it. Alright. So the next part that you need to really focus on, there's going to be other little areas here for like adding item specifics. I typically don't bother with that. So we're going to go into the details. I like to change my font to a large size so that people can see it easily, and basically write what it is. Vintage Gillette razor shaver. In great condition. Blade port opens fine, and gestures turns easily. Alright. Now I also like to put, that I ship only on Monday through Friday. Alright. So next we go down, you can, listing designer, I never use that. You can try it out, it costs money to do it. So this I'm going to do an auction just so you guys can see what it's like. Alright, so starting price. Pay no insertion fees on up to 80 listings. eBay often gives you free insertion fees on certain types of things. So starting price, it's always best to start off at 99 cents. Unless you have an item that you know has a much higher value, but even then, people are going to start looking for what they want, lowest price first. So I'm going to go 99 cents. And you will not have this option. You can set a reserve so that if the auction doesn't hit a minimum that you'll take for it, then it doesn't sell. That's kind of a way of protecting yourself from losing money. And then buy it now, you'll have that option later. You can just select auction with a buy it now or just buy it now by itself. Duration, you can have a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 10 day auction. If your listing is a buy it now, you can have all those options up to good until canceled, so it's up there permanently. Next down here we have when you want the auction to start. Do you want to start it immediately? Do you want to schedule the time to start? Statistically, the best times to start auctions are Friday through Sunday night between 8 and 9 Pacific Standard Time. So I'm going to schedule this start for Sunday, October 11 at 9 p.m. Pacific Time. That way, when it's 9 o'clock in California, it's 6 o'clock here on the East Coast, so you get the full range of people. You know that most people are usually home weekends, so they're more apt to purchase things during those times. Alright, PayPal. So what you're going to do is over here, you're going to type in your email address that you set your PayPal account up with. That way, whenever it sells, the money will go right to your PayPal account. You don't have to worry about other forms of payment as well. Now, this requires immediate payment when buyer uses buy it now. I use that option all the time. You can't use it for auctions though. Alright, next we have shipping. Now, this item I know will ship in just about any of the small flat rate boxes. So what I'll do is I'll go flat rate, same to all, or you can do freight for large items, calculated, or local pickup only, depending on what you have. Alright, so I'm going to choose USPS small flat rate box. So they get it in 1 to 4 days. I know that that's going to cost me $5.40. The average person, it may cost $5 or $6, I believe, for a small flat rate. Or if you're selling something buy it now with enough profit in it, you can do free shipping or whatever. Same with your local pickups. Handling time, they want you to put in how long it takes you to get everything out the door, and to the post office or to FedEx or UPS, whatever you use. To qualify for the biggest discounts on eBay, you want to make sure that you have a really low handling time. They want 1 business day. I do not ship international, but you can go in here and create an exclusion list. You can select which countries you'll ship to and not. I don't, because it's so much more expensive to ship out there, and it's just not worth it for me for the hassle. Package details, you don't need to put anything in there unless you're doing the calculated shipping. Then they're going to want to know the dimensions of the box, the weight, etc. Alright. And block buyers. You can block buyers who have negative feedbacks. You can have block buyers who have low feedback scores. There's all kinds of different ways to block buyers. I only blocked a couple who are not very nice people, so use that at your discretion. Return policy. Over here you can change your return policy for the Power Seller program. They want to see that you're offering a return policy that's pretty standard for eBay, so it's 14 days, money back. Return shipping would be paid by the buyer, or you can have it, you pay it, but usually have the buyer pay it, because usually when they return something, it's buyer's remorse. So we're going to continue. Alright, and this is going to give us a summary of, we're going to try and sell you some other services here, like putting more pictures or a subtitle or bold title, something that they think will help you sell your item more. I don't find that it makes a difference. And then they're going to give you a review of all the fees that you're paying. So right now, my insertion fees are free, my pictures are free, Gallery Plus I didn't get, scheduled start time is free, so my total is nothing. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not going to cost me anything. It just means that once the item sells, I'll have to pay 10% of everything. So let's say it sells for $10, and I charged $5.50 for shipping. I have to pay 10% on $15.50. Plus PayPal will also take about 1 to 1.5% as well for their fees. So you have to keep that in mind when you're setting your prices. Which is one of the reasons why I don't do auctions too often. I like to do the buy it nows. They just tend to work better for me. Alright, so once you've reviewed everything and you like it, just list your item. And since mine is scheduled on Sunday at 9 o'clock Pacific time, it'll start and we'll go from there. Now, once you get the swing of this, you can start posting things really quickly and easily. Like right now I have 47 listings going, and it took me probably a half an hour to an hour to post all those things. And the nice thing about it is that a lot of these things, like especially these power adapters, I get those free all the time. I can sell them for $9 to $10, sometimes even a little bit more. And if you sell, let's say you just sell one of them a day, that's an extra $300 a month, which is not bad. And that doesn't mean that you can't sell more or less, or items that are more expensive or cheaper. It's really all up to you. Okay, so after you've gone through your first 10 auction listings and you've gotten feedback from them, and eBay opens up the rest of the privileges, like buy it now listings, I'm going to show you how to do one of those fairly quick. Alright, so you're going to start off the same way you did before. You go to the top and sell, and it's going to bring you to create your listing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm selling a used Apple MacBook Pro 15-inch screen. It's got the full assembly. A lot of people from my other channel, the Move Scrapper channel, ask why I never scrap laptops. That's because the parts are a freaking gold mine. So I put in exactly what this is. It's used, the brand, the model, and some item specifics. You want to be very clear and concise with your description, because that's what people are going to see when they search. Make sure the condition was used. So this is for screen only. I'm going to add some photos. You can load up to 12 for free. Alright, and I'm going to go to upload. Alright, so they're all up. And this is the order that they're going to see them. You want to make sure that you put the best looking one in the front, because that's the first image they're going to see when the search comes up. Alright, item specifics. eBay oftentimes pre-populates this, which is fine. Just double check it and make sure it's all accurate. Alright, so again, big font. This is Apple MacBook Pro screen only with hinges and hinge screws. So put the functionality is working just fine. Now I'm going to put the condition of it. Screen is clean. Back shell has minor scuffs, as seen in photos. Right, and that's another thing when you're taking pictures. You want to make sure that you have really good pictures. People are visual when they're buying something. If they see something that looks really good, they're more likely to buy it. Alright, so my ships fast, Monday to Friday. Alright, so now I'm going to do a fixed price. So up here I'm going to click on the tab for fixed price. Alright, so fixed priced. I've done the research. You did what I showed you earlier, where in the search bar you type in exactly what you're selling, and then you sort it by sold listings. So I know that for this I can easily get $79. And you can also allow buyers to send you their best offer. You don't have to, but if you click that box, they can say, well, I'll give you $69 for it, and then you can either say yes or no. Put down the amount of items you have. I only have one. Duration. I'm going to go good till canceled. Alright, so I want this to start immediately. Since I buy it now, it'll be up for, it's good until canceled, so I don't have to worry about key times of the week where people are shopping. Alright, electronic payment methods. Clicking PayPal, entering the email address that you associate with your PayPal account, and then I like to click require immediate payment, so you don't have to wait once your item sells. I find that rather frustrating, knowing that something's sold, but they could take up to 14 days to pay for it. It's like, it feels like it's losing money for me. Alright, now for shipping, again I'm going to do flat rate, flat same price to everyone, and I'm going to $13 because I'm shipping with a medium flat rate box. And that's how much it's going to cost me. Turnaround time for me is going to be 1 business day. I don't do international shipping. Package type, since I'm not doing calculated, I don't need to fill that out. My return policy. Returns accepted, 14 days, money back, blah blah blah. Alright, continue. This is the sum of what I posted, and I'll go ahead and list my item. So, without talking to a video camera, this process would take maybe 3 minutes. So it's pretty quick once you get used to it. Alright, so that's it. As you can see, there's really not much to it. Once you get the hang of it, you can post up 100 things in a day if you wanted to. The more you post, the more money you're going to make. So make sure you watch the next video, which is once the item sells, what you do from there.